My name is Mike Brown, and I'm here with my first and second generation Mercury Cougars. Real quick, back in the day, Van Nuys Boulevard was a popular street to cruise on back in the 50s and 60s, and I was part of that era. And there was this girl that I liked, and her mom and dad bought her a brand new 1969 Mercury Cougar Eliminator. And I fell in love with the car at day one. Not the girl, but the car. I've been collecting Cougars since 1988. I have owned over 400 Cougars. Currently, I have 10 in the fleet. But the other 390 I've bought, sold, traded, parted, or whatever I've done. No, we have 10. The one out, the 70 that we bought. You did buy that one. Yes, I did. Yeah, I'm not lying. We have 10 in the fleet. I know what I'm talking about. The Cougar hasn't taken off like the Mustang did is because they made over 1.5 million Mustangs, and the first amount of Cougars were made were like 143,000. The Mustangs were definitely cheaper than the Cougar, probably by $500–600. But you got to remember, $500–600 back in the 60s was a lot of money. As far as engine availability, it was identical to the Mustang except for 1 year. In '68, the Cougar could get a 427, the famous race-bred 427, and a Mustang could not get it. And the Mustang guys were so pissed off about that. But the engines range from 289, 302, 351, 428, 427, Boss 429s, and Boss 302s. Yes, there were. There were 2 Boss 429s built in 1969. The first year Cougar was 1967, and second generation was the 69, third generation was the 71. And basically it ended in 73 because after that, smog, this, that, the other, plus the style of the car went downhill. We have several cars that are very special in our lineup. This one behind me is the 1968 XR7G Hertz car. They made 619 XR7Gs, and they made 188 that were produced for Hertz Rent-A-Car, and this is one of them. It was back in the day, it was called Rent-A-Racer, and you could rent this for 14 cents a mile. Tell that clown to buzz off. Get out of the picture, dude. Get the fuck out of here. All right, the car to my extreme right, the orange one, I know it kind of looks like it's the Raggedy Ann of the fleet here. That car is a paint delete option. The only Calypso Coral XR7 convertible ever made. Started my own car club back in 1993 called the Southern California Cougar Club. I'm the founder and president of the club for over 20 years now. We have an annual car show every year, SoCalCougarClub.com. You get satisfaction, whether it's beat up, dirty. It's a satisfaction that, like, we get withdrawals if we haven't bought a car in a month or so. You know, we start shaking and stuff, but it's a lot of fun. They're still out there. You know, that's how we roll with buying Cougars. The more the merrier, but my wife won't allow it, but we try to hide them from her, but the more we can find, the more we'll buy. The car that you saw at the garage with all the junk piled on top of it is probably the most valuable one that we have. It's a 1969 XR7 428 Cobra Jet convertible, Ram Air. So that's my fleet, and I'll tell you a real quick story. When you drive these cars, you get a lot of thumbs up, and it's a wonderful feeling. We did a photo shoot with this green convertible, and my younger son, Jason, took the car. He called me when he got to the site because I was worried because this is the first time he ever drove this car. And he said, "Oh my God, Dad, you were right. Over 10 people gave me the thumbs up while I was just driving there." How do I feel after I've restored a car? I'm going to quote my oldest son. There's always something that I haven't finished on the cars that I restore. There's like, something's missing on this one. There's not one car that I've completely said I've restored 100%. And that just keeps it going because there's another one out there to restore. And even though this one's not finished, I'll buy another one to start that one. Hold on a second, I gotta think on this one. Don't pee. Oh, he just fucking, where are you?
He just peed on the thing.
Get the fuck out of here, Philip.
Hi.